And we're here. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. This is the Metaphysical Mystique. This is our Under the Metaphysical Moon, the super new moon in Virgo edition. I'm very excited. You know, I had hoped that we might have done this live, but the spirits, the gods, weren't going to have that tonight. But that is fine. That is fine by me. How are all of you guys? Have you been feeling this energy in the days leading up to this Virgo super new moon? Has it felt, in a lot of ways, like you're feeling worked up, almost irritated, can't sleep very well? Have you been feeling it? I know it's not easy. It can, some of these super moons and full moons can be emotionally taxing. But here we are. We just got through the Aquarius full moon, which was all about having us take stock, reevaluate, looking over things, observing, taking the time to go within and doing it within the moment without so much going back into the past or going into the future, which does not exist, but reeling ourselves in and thinking about what it is we want with our lives, what our core values are. What do we stand for? What do we believe in? What do we live for? What would we die for? What do we advocate for? If we had a message, what would that be? And are we willing to, those of us that have been on this journey for a while, and as we see it unfolding, and we've been doing the deep inner work and have gone through these emotional crises and existential conundrums, the dark nights of the soul, developing in this spiritual awakening process as the energies unfold around the planet. The things that are going with us on a very personal level is also going on a planetary level. As we look around, we can see the Earth itself is going through a very cathartic period. It really is. We are at a time where our spiritual life is more important than ever. Developing a spiritual life, going within, understanding what it is that really drives us, what motivates us. And so now that we're here at this super moon, if you know anything about the moon cycles, you know that, and this is for those of you that may not know, when we get a super new moon, just as a super full moon, these cycles are more intensified. The energies are a lot more intense. Therefore, what we would experience on any given new moon in Virgo has now doubled, tripled, quadrupled even. And we know that new moons are the times when we set our intentions. We think about the new beginnings, things we want to begin, the goals that we have, things that we want to start. This is the time where we sit down and collect our thoughts and write out a list, create a manifesto, write out a business statement or a visionary statement of some kind for our lives, how are we going to step up as leaders? For most of you, I'm on a mission to turn those of us that have been like the wounded healers for so long, that have suffered a lot of pain, okay, and losses, and I'm no stranger to that. That has been the story of my life. Even now I'm going through such dramatic turmoil, and this time it's focused on my relationship of 24 years, and I've had to accept a lot and release a lot, and it has not been easy. It's been quite painful, and to tell you the truth, today is the anniversary, or it's the birthday of my daughter Olivia, who passed the night before her delivery 6 years ago today. So bless her sweet, beautiful heart. She was a doll. It was something we really looked forward to after we had already been together 19 years at the time. I will go into these stories as we move forward in time, but I wanted to share that with you because I want you to know that that pain was one of many tragic times in my life. A lot of painful moments, starting from young, the way I grew up as the eldest of 8 children. They used to call me little old lady because I was the way I spoke, and I was someone who realized she was spiritual and had these deep questions, and the adults were just floored, and I was looking for churches at the time. Oh my God, I remember being 7 years old and looking for churches, but I was also doing many other things, for my mother, to help her with the children. And it's a long story, but many of us are going through a lot of deep pains, a lot of purging, a lot of catharsis, as well as the earth herself. She is going through this process. It's trying to shake off and clean and detoxify, and this is what Virgo is all about. It's about healing, especially the body temple. Your body is the temple. Okay? The temple of God is your body. Your DNA code is one that is very special. And the Creator knew who you were in the womb. I want you to remember that you are a beautiful being. This is an important road. You do have a purpose in life, and you have spiritual gifts that are unlike anybody in the history of the world, nor will there ever be another soul like you. So you are very special. Do not believe the toxic idea that you are nothing, that you are meaningless. We are in a meaningless, chaotic universe. That you are just a speck of dust here who is going to die and rot and go away. You are a gem. You are a shining light. You can change and make waves and manifest dreams and create visions. And I want you to consider that as we go through this super new moon. I want you to create super new stories, new visions, powerful transformations. I want you to become a full-on transformational leader. I want you to speak your voice and be authentic. The world is sick of the facades, fakeness. All that glitters is not gold. It's time to be authentic. It's time to be real. It's time to live the life that is calling you. Life is calling. It is time to answer it. God is calling you. There are synchronicities all about. The universe is trying to get you to pay attention. The veil is thinning. We are under a mass delusion of lies. There are those in very high places, principalities, powers, leadership, who understand how this universe works. They know the spiritual laws, and they use it for dark purposes, and have cast us all under a spell. Well, for those of us true seekers, those of us that have understood what this is meant and what this is, have not failed to dig deeper and deeper and ever more deeper. And now it's time for you to show up. You've done the work. You're ready. You've evolved. You have enough. You're ahead of the game and can pass down such jewels of wisdom. It's time. This is not just something you can make a career from, but a purpose and a life of meaning. Find meaning in your life. Smell the roses. Slow down. Enjoy your life. Be in the state of joy, the energy of joy, which is love. The definition of love: love, peace, joy, kindness, goodness, gratefulness, long-suffering, right? Love does not boast. Love is not prideful. Love is humble and meek and forgiving. Let's be these things. Let's do these things as we move forward. Now, Virgo finds itself in the planets of Mars, the Sun, Mercury, Venus as well as the Moon, which is today. Excuse me. As of now, Leo is still in Mars, and it conjuncts the Sun. Neptune opposing the Sun with Mars opposing Neptune. It not only causes this feeling of irritation and feelings of wanting to let go, so to speak, and maybe spill out and say the wrong kinds of things and get into arguments and fights. Please watch that. Utilize and transmute that energy into something passionate and positive. Because right now we have the tendency to go to extremes. And with those extremes, it is important. I have looked over, I have done the cards. I used the Goddess of the Moon deck and the Moonology deck for this session. And it's saying to please release the extremes. Release the analysis paralysis, the overthink, the perfectionism, the feelings, the hostilities. It will send you down a dark path if you let go and unleash. You will blossom. This is a time for discernment. Use your discernment. Now, what's more amazing is the numerology in this reading of the Goddess of the Moon, because the placement of the cards, I did a layout which is very similar to the 7-card spread. This was a 10-card spread, and with the first 6, which are in the center, we've got the focus and the challenge, and the cards surrounding them. We have 3 cards of 8. The first card is a 44. The very last card is a 33. Spirit's not playing. It's showing up. That is synchronicity all about. Remember, we just went through the Lion's Gate, which was 88, the 8 Lion's Gate, right? They even brought it up, MSNBC. Some guy tried to use that, and he lied. He knew about it, but he lied and referenced it and said that it was a Nazi thing, which it is not. But it did open a portal. This energy did open a portal, which allows us to bring the very highest and the best and the greatest of us out into the world. It's time for you to do more than step out of your comfort zone, but really step forward with faith, trust, and belief. Faith, the size of a mustard seed, literally can move mountains. Just think about that, to have just that much, to let it drive you. to let it move you, to create and manifest beautiful things in your life, and you really can. This is the time. Use this night to set your intentions. Utilize the spiritual salt bath. Use the Himalayan salts, the Epsom salts, the apple cider vinegars. Hopefully you have oils, body oils like lavender and such. I have mine. I have some amazing ones that are Kneipp, Kneipp, which is a German brand. Incredible. If there's somewhere where I can put that for you to find it in the description box, I will. Utilize those. Clear your energy. Focus. Light candles. Play maybe some shamanic drumming music or some Native American flute. Get into the zone. Pray. Meditate. Write these things down. Get your favorite pen out. Get the best notebook or journaling paper or booklet that you can, and sit down and create that manifesto, create that list, set those intentions. Begin to change your life. Start a productivity plan. Start incorporating routines and rituals in your life. Everybody needs a ritual and a routine. It brings balance. It brings you down to earth. It helps you to stay grounded. And what it does is allow for you time to come together within yourself and get in the moment, to harness those energies and bring them into the now. Now, in the Goddess of the Moon spread, number 6 was the path to the future. We literally have the card number 8, which is the path. This month is about choosing your path, choosing your road, right? The present card is attraction, which was a 44. You're probably seeing a lot of 44s, 44, 44, and 444. Right now, as I'm looking at the clock, it's 11:01, and my phone is at 92%, which is 11. Isn't that insane? Wow. I'm telling you, the synchronicities are off the chain. And so, the final card in the final outcome placement, number 10, is a 33. 33. Now, in Wisdom of the Oracle deck, we have the card of blessings, thinking, the tribe, and new life. This is about you building a new life for yourself. Surrounding yourself with those of like mind, maybe even beginning your own tribe or entering a new group of some kind. Formulating new ideas, new ways of doing things. Being around people of like mind, people that are supportive in your journey, who are journeying with you as well, seeking that spiritual healing, that emotional fulfillment. That's what this is about. Revolutionizing your life, revolutionizing the way we see success in life. Utilizing your spiritual gifts and using them as a career, as a way to pave a way for purpose, to be a leader, uniquely all your own, like nobody else, because nobody else will ever be like you, never has, never in the history of the world. Think about that for a moment. Now, to continue on with the spread, surrender came up, which was the card 26, and that was an 8. That was in the number 4 position. It's just mind-boggling and beautiful. We have patience, which was in the number 9 placement, which was 36. So we have 9-9. Do you see where this is going? This is This spread was so synchronistic, extremely synchronistic. Going further, we have self-reflection, which is 17, which was also an 8. So we have self-reflection, attraction, the path, and surrender were all 8s. That's right. And they're shaped side by side as a diamond. It's incredible. 88, 88. As I look out onto the Avalon Oracle, the card that is really stressing out to us is trust, truth, love, risk. Knowing that there is mystery ahead of us. We won't know everything about where we're headed. We must have the trust and the faith. You gotta excuse the little dog in the back. That's Killer. That is my brother-in-law's dog. He's been spending some time with us, and he adores me. He's with me every moment, but I believe he wants to make his way out. So I will do that for him, and I will pause this and return so that we can finish up. So to continue and take a look at the astrology for the month, on September 9th, Venus goes into Virgo, leaving the lovable sign of Leo, which can also be not only beautiful and big and bold and loving, but it can also bring out a lot of ego. And you might have experienced a lot of that. As you know, many of us are empathic, intuitives, where we're very highly sensitive. We deal with very sensitive nervous systems. You probably have, like in my family, a lot of thyroid issues, endocrine system problems, leaky gut, inflammation problems in the bones and in the intestinal area, like Crohn's disease, which I have Crohn's, among other things. This is why this month is going to be so great for your health. And doing a detox, eating light, eating many times a day, but light foods, staying away from the heavy gluten-y foods, getting your body temple back on track. But this is the weakest placement for Venus. And this is where there's all the complaining, the judging, and the fault finding. Be careful that you don't find yourself going into that in your relationships. That's not just in your romantic ones, but within your family, your friends, and vice versa. Try to rise above it. On September 14th, of course, we see the full moon. Neptune opposes the sun and conjuncts full moon, which is extremely eye-opening. We're going to see eye-opening truths coming to the forefront, where the veils are really thinning, like I was explaining earlier. It's we're under a grand illusion, but for many of us, there's going to be a great revealing, and slowly people are going to be coming to the truth of things and seeing past the facades of stuff and wanting to be authentic, to live authentically, to get rid of the fake, to remove themselves from the narcissists of the world who are all about the showy displays, right? The showy displays and the keeping up with the Joneses, and knowing that all that glitters is not gold. It really isn't. It's understanding what is truly meaningful to you personally and making that your reality, manifesting those worlds into your life. Mercury also goes into Virgo, which is great for communication, especially in business. And many of us have been on that path as well. We've been trying to incorporate our purpose in life with our careers, as well as our personal life, taking what is really us and formalizing it into a brand of sorts, into a business that reflects who we are, that reflects our core values, that reflects the things we want to do and express in the world. So Mercury being in Virgo is really great for business. People are super clear. The details are covered. The I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. September 24th, we have Mars goes into Virgo, leaving Leo, where it is now, aspecting the Saturn and Mars, Sagittarius, in Saturn, I believe it is. And that stays, until the 11th, November 11th. So this is ever more an important time to protect your immune system. Go to the doctors, change your health routines. It also rules problems with hygiene. Take care of your teeth, go to the dentist, but make sure you protect your immune system because, last year we had some very strange strains of flus that were going around that had people knocked out for 2-3 weeks. It did it to me, and it always hits me hard. I was down the count for a month. Yes, 1 month with this weird cold flu, and when I initially got it, I started to feel it, and within 3 hours, I was down. It was that rapid in the way that it evolved, which was the strangest thing. And that kind of gets you thinking now, doesn't it? I mean, we had a lot of spraying going on. We know that there's a lot of geoengineering. We think of companies and corporations like Monsanto that kind of goes crazy. And these things make us sick, and it goes in our soil, and it makes the soils sick for our plants and our trees and the grass and the animals and our water, our very water. It's bad enough there's sodium fluoride, number one ingredient of Prozac in the water, among other hormones and such. But to bring it back, Mars will be in Virgo on the September 24th until November 11th. And on September 28th, Saturn and K2 conjunct in Sagittarius. Apparently, there's going to be a lot of extremist philosophy and tragic events due to this. But we're also going to see a lot of fake news trying to provoke and promote philosophies and ideas and things that are false realities. Pulling the wool over our eyes. This is like a spell that the elites have fun with. These are people who are the black magicians, the Saturnians that worship the blackness, the darkness of Saturn, among others. And so, as we go through this week, it's really important for us to really take it seriously about the steps we're making in our lives. I know a lot of you are moving. You're buying homes, you're selling homes, you're starting new relationships, you're ending relationships. I'm right there with you. I don't think mine will end, but it's ending in the way that I have known it for 24 years, and Spirit has been pulling at me for this because of the work that I need to do in the world, the care that I need to give myself for the first time in my life, at this age in time in life. And the same goes for many of you. It's been heartbreaking. I've had to deal with a lot of this on my own, and I would not have been able to do it without the love of Spirit in my life and being able to fall back on supportive people, as well as an amazing spiritual coach, a business coach that I have I've had for 18 months. And I suggest to all of you to consider not just striving to become somebody's teacher or mentor or coach or leader or advisor in some way, or even a facilitator of important talks and discussions and classrooms and things, for things that you care about, being an advocate for, or becoming a practitioner of something important. But it's important for you to find somebody that you can rely on as a mentor, as a coach, as somebody that can help steer you, a consultant of some kind, an advisor. I am available, and you may reach me. I will put all my information in the description box, and you'll be able to find that, of course. I know for sure on YouTube, I will try and see if I can put my information in the show notes as well, because this is the work that I'm doing, and this is the road I've headed. I have learned much. I have gone through an incredible transformational process. And like I said, even now tonight, I have a lot to consider to wrap up, especially when I think about this being my daughter's birthday, the daughter who's no longer with me. And I want to make her proud. I want to make my grown son, my baby, I want to make him proud as well. And I know you guys all have people that you want to shine for. You want to show them the way. You want to be a guide and an example and a light. I'm having a hard time talking. Do that. Do it. Do what inspires you. Do what drives you. Do what makes you enthusiastic. Do what gives you joy. Do what gives you pure, authentic joy. I'm looking at the cards here and my oracles, and that's what it's saying. It's telling us to seek truth, to live in pure joy, to not worry about the future, live in the moment. Stop trying to control things and allow Spirit to work for you. Do not worry about tomorrow, because it's like Scripture says, the Creator knows when a little sparrow passes away. So consider how much more important you are. You will be taken care of. You will be blessed. You will be gifted. In fact, that's one of the cards I'd gotten from the Wisdom of the Oracle. The blessed card with the new life. And doesn't that make you feel like you've got something amazing to look forward to? And you really do. This is the opening. This super new moon is the opening. This is the blessing. This is the time that will allow you that out, to create that space for the life that you've been maybe only dreaming about up until now. This is the time. These next couple of weeks will be the time. And then the next 2 weeks after that will be the revealer. For sure. The truths will all be popping up left and right, showing you, lighting up your direction, urging you forward. You just have to listen to Spirit, listen to your deepest inner guidance, find the time and the space to do that, adopt these rituals, take your spiritual bath. These moments are for you to go in and go within and listen to that voice of God. It is the will of God that we create our life's purpose using our spiritual gifts. Being a light to others. It's time to step up. It's time to create a vision. Create a vision for your life. Show up in a real way. Become spiritually intelligent. Become emotionally intelligent. Emotionally mature. Develop these skills. Develop yourself. Develop your self-worth, your character, and stand and walk with nobility. Be regal in your way. Stand for truth. Seek truth. Stand for something important. Stand for something that's meaningful, not just to yourself, but to others. That ripple effect will go on, and not just out into the world, but out into the very cosmos and for generations. The seeds you plant now are felt, and they will make waves. They really will. That's how significant each and every one of us are. We really are. You've got to know this. Now, I wanted to let you know what I had pulled out with the energy deck. Once again, it's talking about community, building a tribe, having patience, critically thinking. You know, I'm a huge critical thinker, as deep and insightful and spiritual but intuitive that I am. I am incredibly critical in my thinking. And Spirit is asking you to do the same. And under the sign of Virgo, there's no other great important time. This is the best time to do that. You can really see clearly. Clarity of the details is coming to the forefront. A lot of things that might have been foggy before is going to be super clear. It's like cleaning off the dirty windows, right? Your path will be made super clear for you, but it will only light it up one step at a time. So you really have to go within and listen to Spirit. Now, for the new moon in Virgo, this is what was awesome. I picked from the Moonology deck a time to give rather than take, which is the new moon in Virgo card. So this is a time to be in service for others, to love others, to give, to be there, to provide, to nurture. And for the new moon in Libra is where this new romantic cycle begins. And that doesn't necessarily mean a relationship, a romantic relationship. It's talking about self-love. It's talking about your purpose, your soul's mission, the life purpose that was built within you, your story that's encoded within you. You are a written story, a walking story. It's time to recreate that story. Look at your past from a different light. Look at yourself from a different light. Do the inner work. Start the journey. This is where you can really begin it. And I know some of you are going through some insane crises and emotional and existential conundrums and dark nights of the souls. This is the time to do that deep shadow work and face yourself. Face the truth of things. Accept it. Use your discernment. Use your insight. See past things. Be patient. Take one step at a time. Be wise. Take care of your body. Flush your system clean. Detox your life of anything harmful or anyone toxic. And I know that can be a lot harder than just saying it. I know, because I'm in the middle of that. But we must remove the toxic people from our lives. If we don't, that's going to kill us in the end. We'll lose our minds. There's no way we could live the life of peace and contentment and mindfulness and enjoy the beauty of what's sacred, what Spirit has to offer us, if we've got ourselves surrounded by these kinds of relationships and we're giving to the point where we have nothing left to give, and especially nothing for ourselves. And so the universe has your back deck is sitting in my hand here, and I'm going to pull a card from that for you guys and see what the theme is for you to consider, something for you to leave with. But think of justice this month. I pulled the Justice card from the Mini Rider-Waite Tarot, and Justice was the card. The Empress comes through really strong, as well as the Chariot. But the focus is on justice. Some of you probably have Leo in your charts very strong, or have somebody within your life with those characteristics. But mostly this is about a situation that is calling for justice, Spirit providing justice, and legal matters. Okay, here we go. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. And you will feel this. Like I said, with this Mars in Leo opposing, or in conjunction with the Sun and opposing Neptune. Neptune is really dreamy and floaty. Let's try to not take anything too seriously or make any big decisions at this time. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Feel free. Get into the joy. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. And that is true. You can create a ripple effect of peace in the world through your prayer meditation. It has been shown and proven to be true. So when we get together and we pray, which I'm going to ask us to start doing when I start to begin and facilitating our group sessions, we will do that. And together it creates a powerful manifestation process, a powerful energy, which goes out into the universe, where the very Creator and the angels, those messengers, they hear that message. They hear that call. They feel the pain. They feel the love. They will be there. I want to thank you for coming here and visiting me tonight for the Virgo Super New Moon. I hope you enjoy it. This is about healing. Tonight, I want you to take your spiritual baths. I want you to relax. I want you to do you in peace and in gratitude. Say your prayers. Be there for others. Let's revolutionize the way we live. Let's be leaders. Let's be fearless and fierce. Thank you for coming and visiting me here with me here at the Metaphysical Mystique. My name is Jamie. I'm your spiritual coach and your soul work intuitive. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Sacred Ambitions. That is the Sacred Raven blog. And you may also, you'll find in the show notes the subscribe page address. So you can subscribe to my newsletter and get on my email list, where you'll find out all the happenings, like the free mini readings that I put out and the lives. I'll see you then. I love you.